I'm a talker. There's no doubt about that.
You're the good talker.
Okay. So, hello, welcome to our tutorial. I'm Dion. This is Nicole.
Hi.
And today we are working on no-show tab socks on our Dean and Bean circular sock machine. This is one of those, actually, let me show you what they look like. Okay, so this is a pair of no-show tab socks, and this is what we're going to be making today. It's got the tab in the back. I've only added 2 extra rows of on this sock, so it really is a no-show sock. It's not going to give you much, and if you wanted it any higher, we'll show you exactly where in the tutorial you can make it a little bit longer. But these socks are incredibly popular, and Nicole and I have repeatedly gotten requests to videotape our tutorial on these socks. Truth is, like, I don't wear these kind of socks very often because I want my socks to show. But they are popular, and if you love them, then today is the day for you. So, awesome. All right. So, what we're going to do is we're both going to move along making these socks. Nicole is I'm going to be talking through it, and Nicole is going to be learning how to do it first time around. And so let's go ahead and set up our machines. Okay, so we have both started with our waist yarn and our ravel cord. If you are interested in learning how to do that setup portion of your socks, then of course we have another video for that as well. You also want to have your row counter set at 0. All right, I am using a 60 cylinder machine. Nicole, what are you on?
60.
Okay, so that makes it nice and easy. If there's anything that is pertinent for a different size cylinder, then I'll mention it while we go along. Okay, so I have got my main yarn in and ready to start cranking. Your row counter is at 0. All right, and now we want to crank 9 rows, and then when you get to the 9th row, after you hit the 9th row, you're going to stop at roughly 5 o'clock on your machine, which is kind of like where this bolt is. It's easier to see on Nicole's machine. You want to just touch your bolt, Nicole, at 5 o'clock. Yep, there we go, right there. That's where we're going to stop. I'm the green, really super cute machine, the green and purple machine, and Nicole has got the groovy purple. Just so you know. All right, let's go ahead and do 9 rows. Perfect. Okay, so our main mark on both of our machines is marked with a black mark. So that's how you know we're both roughly at 5 o'clock. If this was a clock, and up is 12, down is 6. So this is 6 o'clock, this is 12 o'clock, this is 5 o'clock. And I forgot to mention that I'm using my heaviest weight. Nicole, what weight are you using? Medium. And
yeah, I'm okay with medium because I'm using the fruit yarns that have a lot of stretch, and they tend to do best on a medium weight.
Yeah. One thing you might notice is, look at this ugly hole I have here. Isn't that disgusting? We don't have to worry about that hole. Nicole doesn't have that hole, but what she has is a clip. And that clip is what just keeps all of these yarns here nice and tight. We don't have to worry about it because when it's not going to impact it. But had I have clipped mine and kept it nice and tidy with a nice little weighted clip, then mine would look as pretty as Nicole's does. So let's just add this right now. It's going to be a little bit looser than Nicole's pretty setup, but whatever. So there we go. All right. Okay, so now we have hit 9 rows. And now we are going to start on the tab on the back of the heel. And to do that, we're going to lift from the main mark to the halfway mark. So lift all these needles out of work, all the way around. And on mine has got this sort of limey green. It doesn't come up very good on the camera. So I keep thinking I'm going to change the color. And you've got a green mark too, don't you, Jill?
This mark is a little more like tealy. It's right here. Can you guys see it?
Oh, yeah.
It looks kind of green on camera, but in person it's kind of teal. I don't know.
Okay, so, but now that we've lifted halfway, we're going to lift 4 more on either side. So that means we're making a smaller, because the tab is smaller than a heel. So you're going to lift an additional 4 on either side so that you have a much smaller area that we're working to create that tab. Now, if you are working on a 72 needle cylinder, then you want to lift 6 extra, not 4 on either side. But since we're both working on a 60 cylinder machine, this works just fine. So now you're going to go ahead and crank around until the yarn feeder is behind the out of work needles. Okay, so now it's just kind of like making a heel or a toe. We're just going to make a really quick toe. So we're going to lift up. We're going to do the decreases, and we're going to lift each needle on either side out of work. So be sure.
Do we need our heel forks for this?
We do need our heel forks for this. And you also want to engage your heel spring.
Ah.
Okay. I almost forgot to put my heel forks in. It's a good thing you said something. All right, there we go. All right. So sometimes if I've done something and I can't remember if I've lifted a needle or not, I just give my yarn a quick tug, and then what'll happen is it pulls on a needle, and it pulled on this needle, so yep, I have lifted it up. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and go around. And when you get around to the other side, you're just going to lift the next needle up. And we're going to keep doing that on either side until we get to the red main marks, or the red target marks. These 2 red target marks. And you want to make sure that you continue to raise those heel forks.
I will say that I've noticed I need to move those heel forks much faster than on the simple stock.
Yeah, you do need to. And get them as high up as you can. But it goes pretty fast. Last one for me. Uh-oh. All right. See, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe it's not coming in focus, but just be careful. Yeah, I guess I can't get that too close, but you just want to be really careful. If it looks like your stitches are sliding off the needle, it means that you have not done a good job of making sure you raise your heel forks as often, because it is about to slip off. So I know that this one is about to slip off because I'm watching. Also, you don't want to go too fast, just keep watching what you're doing. So I'm just going to hold that yarn on the needle as I finish that up so that I don't drop a stitch. And now I'm going to try to raise my heel forks. I don't know why raising my heel forks can sometimes be a real pain in the booty for me, but sometimes it is. It's just because I don't have as much space. All right, so now have you reached your target marks?
Yes.
All right, so now you should have all of the work to the left of your yarn feeder, and just the needles lowered between the two target marks. And now we're going to work on increases. So we're going to lower 2 on either side and then lower 1 working back. But the things you have to remember are that we are going back to, we started this at a smaller working zone. So we had 4 extra needles on either side out of work. And we're gonna raise them, we're gonna work back until there's 5 extra needles. So we're going to increase to 1 less than where we started. So you always want to remember that means that on my 60 needle cylinder, that means I'm going to be working back 5 more needles on either side. So you just need to really remember that. And I'll remind you as we get a little bit further along, but you just want to watch those numbers. Okay, so we're going to start by lowering 2. And once you lower 2, you're gonna lower 2 needles, and then you're gonna take your yarn and wrap it around the back side of those 2 needles. And the reason why you wrap it around the back side is because if you wrap it around the front, it's not gonna catch entirely. And so you need to have that wrapped around the back. And I always give my yarn just a wee little tug to make sure that I've got some tension. And then we're going to come all the way back to the other side, and we're going to do the same there. We're going to lower 2 needles, and now I'm going to take that yarn and I'm going to wrap it around the back of those needles, so that when we crank our yarn around the next way, it's going to pick up on the front side of those needles. All right. And now we're just going to go back and forth just like we did when we raised the needles, only now we're going to lower them. And you just need to remember to lower 1 on either side and wrap. And keep a count to make sure that you stop at 5 needles before you hit the halfway mark and the main mark. So we're just going to go 1, wrap, crank, lower 1, wrap, and crank. Don't forget to count your needles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
On the last one, do we go all the way around, or do we stop partway through?
Okay, when you get, just before you get to the last one, you're going to stop partway through. Yes. So once you have, then you're going to stop. Try to remember to stop right before, when you're still at the, when your main mark is at the number 5 on your machine. Sorry, I didn't tell you that. Okay, and then you're going to lower all of your needles.
I caught it in time.
Okay. See? There you go. All right, now we're going to crank 9 rows. And when you get to the 9th row, stop at just before at the 5 o'clock mark.
You leave your heel forks in for all of this?
You don't have to, but because it's such a short, it is kind of difficult to adjust. And my yarn is
Take the heel spring off though, right?
Take the heel spring off. Take the heel spring off. But leave the forks in.
Okay.
All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to hang the hem. So we need to take out your heel forks. And when you take out the weight at the bottom, be sure and hold the bottom of the sock, or the yarn bonnet. The, what's it called, the setup bonnet? Because you need to make sure that none of this work pops off your needles. So we're gonna pull that up.
That's why I like to take mine out the bottom.
Oh, very smart.
It also, you don't risk yanking on your threads that are hanging from the little weight.
Yeah. And I didn't make that a very nice deep. So you can see we have this right here, this kind of little shelf that we've got there. Nicole's is really a very, yeah, mine's all squelchy from where I had the heel forks. But if you use wool, then don't worry about that. It's just going to pop right back when you go to block these. Nicole is using fruit yarn, and it holds its shape beautifully. So you can tell the difference in how they work up on the machine, whereas I've got all these areas where I've been, I've been abusing my poor socks with my heel forks. That'll all come out. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to grab this big old mess of stuff here, right at the very where we started, and it's all of these yarns that you have. And we're going to start by hanging each one of these. And you got to really be, maybe we can get a good view of yours, Nicole, because you've got some really good, so right there you can see between her waist yarn and the ravel cord, right in between, the ravel cord looks like train tracks. And that very last loop of the green yarn, which is her socks, that's the loop you want to get on each one. On mine it's a little harder to see because my waist yarn is white and my yarn
string.
Yeah, right. So we're gonna get that on every
Get the other thread.
Single one. Right, so, and we'll just pop this on, and now you've got 2 loops on every needle. The one that was already there and the one that you're going to just add. And it's really important though, you want to be very careful and diligent about this because you need to grab every single one of these loops. If you do not grab the loop, then when you go to take your sock off the machine, you're going to have a dropped stitch that's just going to run, and it's going to cause you all kinds of headaches. So you just want to be really careful.
Hold your fabric up along the needles so that you're not pulling any one stitch out of shape.
Yeah, good tip.
That was a hard one for me to learn.
Alright, so.
And I apologize for the bumpy camera, but it is so close to my work area.
Because we don't have any weight in here, it's really easy for your work to just pop off those stitches. So you got to remember that you don't have any weight, and you don't want any reason for the yarn to come, like especially over here where we're not working. We don't want that to come up the needles, to ride up the needles. Nicole, you're better at this than I am. You're faster. I'm still.
I think the fruit yarn plays a role in that. I really do. Because when I knit with wool, it's a little bit longer.
Yeah, that fruit yarn plays well, doesn't it?
Like butter.
Alright, so now I need to...
And all the stuff that's might be tempted to sit in this little pocket here, you want that to come out and be in the middle of your sock. You don't want anything left in this little pocket because that pocket's going to get closed up forever. You're creating that little hung hem, so you don't want anything in there. It's going to be really difficult to pull it out if you leave anything in.
I could put a lucky penny in there.
Oh, just like those old loafers from the 50s.
Yes. Oh my god.
Okay, so now you're going to get to a certain point where the needles are out of work, or not out of work, they're lowered, and you're not going to be able to hang those. Also, because we've stopped at 5 o'clock, there's some that have not gone around yet. Did you hang those already anyway?
I'm hung as far as I can hang. Oh, no, I've already moved my cylinder around.
Oh, you did. Okay, yeah. So if I didn't move my cylinder, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my cylinder, but I'm going to hold these stitches down because I don't want them to pop off the machine as I am working. Now right here is where they all are, the whole thing is tempted to just, because there's no weight holding these down. So you got to be really, this is where you want to just be really careful. There's no reason to rush because you don't want all your hard work to go to waste.
Yours looks like a pretty pool, and I have the line made to go along with the pool day. Colors go so well together.
Yeah, that's right. They
They're
do.
so summery.
Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead. I still haven't done the last few here, but I'm going to go ahead and put my weight back in and come around just in the front and get the last few of these stitches.
Are we resetting our row counter?
You do not need to reset your row counter yet. Because now you're actually going to have a choice on how many rows you want before you start the foot. You start the heel and the foot. In general, I like to have a little bit longer sock, but in this in this tutorial, I've done just 2 rows, which makes it a real no-show sock. And if you do that, you can get, depending on the size of your foot, you can get up to 4 no-show tab socks out of 100 gram skein of yarn. So you can also get a lot of socks out of them, which is kind of nice.
One hint for when you're finishing up this is make sure that that last stitch before the strings ends up to the left of the black mark. If that last stitch is somewhere back here or somewhere over here, then you have a problem where you've missed a stitch. So go back and look for it and hang it on its nearest needle.
Oh yeah, that's a really good tip, because like I said, if you miss one of them, you're gonna end up having a run. That will be problematic. So it would even help if you just kind of look around and make sure you got every single one of those, which you did. Okay, so now I'm gonna just go ahead and crank 2 rows and then stop with your main mark here at 5 o'clock. Again, if you want, a little bit more, the tab to be a little bit higher up your ankle, you can do as many as 5 and still be a no-show sock. But now we're going to start in on the heel. So we're going to raise all of the needles out of work from the main mark to the green mark. The other thing that it's worth noting is if you find that you have those socks kind of falling down in your shoe, then you might want to make a deeper heel. And to make a deeper heel, you just use more needles. So you raise less needles. So you would just add you'd keep more needles lowered on either side. You just need to make sure that you do it on either side. I'm just going to make a standard heel because I don't have a problem with that. So now we are going to engage your heel forks. All right, this is problematic. It's problematic because you have got that tab in there, and the tab is hanging, and you have almost no, you have no leg at all. So you're gonna want to hang your tab, your heel forks, on your waist yarn on the inside of where you've put your tab. So you just have to be a little bit careful, and when you're putting this in, that you're coming between the waist yarn and the tab that you've just created. If you wanted to, and if you could always get it onto these 2 rows that we created, or if you did 5 rows, it might be a little bit easier, but I don't find that easy at all. There we go. All right, and engage your heel spring. Now we are going to start on the heel. So there's 2 things that I do on the heel to eliminate that little hole. What I do is I start with a wrap around the first needle. What I like to do, I know there's several ways to do it, and I've tried a lot of them, but this is the one that works the best for me. So I wrap around the needle that's out of work, the first needle that's out of work, and then I go ahead and crank around. So I have not touched any needles at all yet. I just wrap one around, and then I come back to the next side, and then I wrap this one around as well. And then come back. All right, I'm gonna do a standard heel. So we're gonna raise one on either side and come back around. And we're gonna lower, we're gonna raise our, we're gonna do our decreases, raising the needles, create your decreases all the way till you get to the target marks on either side. Don't forget to raise your heel forks, and when you get to a certain point, you can take them on the outside of that tab once you have enough rows. There we go. I didn't raise my heel fork and I missed a stitch right here, so I'm just fixing it really quick, and I'm going to raise my heel forks. Go. All right, so now we're gonna do a standard heel. So when you get all the way down, we're gonna go back to our increases. And you're just gonna lower two and wrap around the back, and then on either side. And then we're gonna go ahead and go one by one. So go two. And make sure that the needles don't stay closed. Every now and then I might see a latch on my latch check needle doesn't close or doesn't open, and you want to make sure that they always open. All right, now that I've done two, I'm going to go back to one by one and do a wrap. Okay, when you get all the way up to the last one, the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to only go halfway around, and then I'm going to till the, not halfway, I guess, until the main mark is at your 5 o'clock, and then I'm going to push all of these needles that are out of work down. And I like to pick up a stitch right here. You can see these are really nice tight corners. This is the corner of your heel. Oftentimes you'll find both in machine knitting and when you're using a circular sock machine and when you're doing hand knitting that there is a teeny tiny hole at the corner. So I like to pick up an extra stitch, and I like to pick one up even when they're nice and tight. And which one you pick up, it's up to you, but I will look at which one is kind of where there is a nice little bit of give. How do you pick which one you want to hang, Nicole?
I base it a lot on, like, if I see any bit of a hole, what stitch can I pull to close up that hole? Or make that hole tighter if it doesn't look that big. But usually I just pick up one kind of down below and cross it over.
So the point is you can't really get one wrong if you're just grabbing one right here or here in the corners. But you'll see now both of ours, we've got a really nice tight corner. Okay, so now for me, and for everybody, you want to just reset your counter, and now you're going to do your foot. So
take your heel spring off.
Take your heel spring off. You're going to leave. I'm going to leave my my little heel forks in for a little while, and then halfway in, I'll go ahead and stop. It's really hard though. You got to get quite a bit because there's absolutely no leg on this. For a second, put a cable in there, just getting a little. Okay, so I took my heel forks out. I'm gonna get this weight out. I'm gonna do it on the top. And then I'm gonna use one of these cables. Now the thing you have to be careful of when you're doing this cable is to get it on the outside of that tab that you created. And sometimes it's really easy to get it caught on that tab, but if you do that, then it's stuck. You can't move that cable up as high as you want. That's just the one thing to be aware of. Okay. Now we're gonna do the toe. You might have noticed that I have got this rubber band around my waist. That's just because sometimes it can get caught on the lip of your cylinder. And so if I put this rubber band around it, it keeps it in a nice oval shape as opposed to round, and it has less likelihood of catching. Nicole's moved hers up. I should.
That's why.
Oh, I should have.
I just had to use scissors.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I'm going to move mine up just like you did. There we go. Nice. All right. I love these blue colors. They're so pretty. All right. So I'm going to put that in. Nice and flat. Okay. So now we're going to start in on the toe. So it's hard to see, but this is my main mark. And I'm going to go ahead and raise all the way around to, are you ready to start your toe too? Yeah, you are. All the way around. Now I am going to make a 1 up, 2 down toe. It is my favorite toe by far. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll show you how to do it during the lesson. And it's the one that sometimes I'll do a standard heel, but I always want to do a 1 up, 2 down toe. So to do that, we just start the normal way. Okay, I'm going to go around.
Very slow for me.
I will go very slow. All right. So we're going to do exactly like we do the setup of a heel, except that I don't wrap the first needle when I start on a toe. There's no holes.
Heel forks and
Yes.
everything.
Yes. You want to do your heel forks and everything. Thank you for that really good reminder.
That's right.
There's springs. Yeah, I'm going to put my heel forks in too. So again, you just want to be careful because there's a possibility you could get that tab heel. So you just want to be careful. It's less likely now that we've gone down farther, and it's probably hanging below your machine, but just be careful. I find these heel forks cumbersome. All right, so you raise one, and then you're going to start your decreases.
So I raised the one beside the black mark.
Raise the one beside the black mark, and then you're going to raise the one beside the green mark. So on your decreases, it's just like a standard heel or toe. We do exactly the same. We're just going to raise all the way, one on either side, all the way till we get to the target marks, the red target mark. Don't forget to raise your heel forks regularly. Don't be like me. Okay, because I was not good about my heel forks. I dropped one. I dropped a stitch. Be good about your heel forks. Do not be bad like me. All right, so I'm going to raise my heel forks. I'm going to fix this stitch really quick. And of course it's in the corner. The corners are always the bad ones. I'm going to fix it really quick. Okay. Normally you don't have to pull that hard to do this, but my camera is right between me and my stitch. But there we go. All right, boom. Fixed. All right, you're probably already done to your target marks, but I'm problematic because, oh, and you know what? I didn't even fix my thing. Your forks. All right, there we go.
It's alright. It gave me a moment to shut my window. So you're doing fine.
Okay, there we go. Zoom can be really good about hiding the background sound. All right, so now we have gone all the way down on our decreases and we're starting our increases. Okay, so this is when you start working on a 1 up, 2 down. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do 2 down on either side. So you push 2 needles down to the right of your red target marks and be sure and wrap the yarn around behind. And we're going to then crank to the other side. And we're going to do the same thing on the first round here. We're going to push 2 down. And then be sure and wrap your yarn around the back side of those 2 needles. And then crank back around. All right, now is when everything starts to change. So what you're going to do is, on your yarn is close to you, it's attached to the needle that's closest to you. On the other side, you're going to lift 1 up, and you're going to push 2 down on your side and wrap. Okay, so you've lifted 1 up on the other side and you push 2 down and wrap. Never split those actions, meaning once you start lifting 1 and pushing 2 down, always do all 3 of those things. Lift, push 2 down, and wrap. Every single time, otherwise you're going to get yourself off. That's the one and only hard, fast rule. So now we're going to go ahead and crank around to the other side. And now you'll see that you are off your count. Like you've got on the far side, you've got 4 needles down, and on the closest to you, you've got 1 needle down. And you're going to be off count like that periodically throughout the creation of this toe. Don't worry about it. Just know that that's the way it's going to be, and until you get to the very end, and everything is going to come together beautifully. So lift 1 on the far side and push 2 down close to you and wrap. And now you should have 3 and 3 on either side. So let's go ahead and crank back. Lift 1, down 2, wrap. Crank. Lift 1, down 2,
I'm behind.
and wrap. That's okay. Just remember, lift 1, down 2.
Lift is always far away from me, and push down is always close to me.
Right, exactly. The thing to remember is the 2 that you push down, you're going to wrap behind. So you're always wrapping 2. One up, 2 down, wrap. You're going to start with away from you. One up, 2 down, wrap. Some people think that this toe takes more yarn. It doesn't. And some people think that this toe, or they think that this toe takes longer. It really doesn't. In either case, it doesn't take longer. It doesn't. Well, it takes longer when you're learning it, just like anything. But you're still doing this exact same amount of stitches. Up, 2 down. How you doing?
Okay.
You getting there?
You might want to look where I'm at and make sure I'm progressing. I don't know.
So you've got 3 on one side and
3 on the other.
3 on the other. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yep. That looks great. Okay. It took me a minute.
I have a particular ability to mess this deal or this pattern up, so keep an eye on me.
When you start getting close to the target, the halfway and the main marks, you're gonna start getting nervous because all of a sudden it's gonna look like you're off base. Because I just pushed 1 down and I've got 3 by my halfway mark, but on my main mark side, it looks like I'm completely done and I've got the exact number. That's okay. Everything is still good. Now I'm going to raise 1 over there and lower 2. Things are still looking good. Everything's good in the hood. Then at one point, are you there yet? Yep, you're there. You are going to raise 1 and then you're going to lower 2, and that's going to take you beyond the main mark. And that is
keep going, right?
Okay. Yeah, you keep going. And then that's when you're almost done. Then you get to the other side and you're going to raise 1, and that takes you to the right spot, and you're going to lower 2, and suddenly you are done with your toe.
And then I only go halfway so we can start the waist.
Yep, you're only going to go halfway. And then when we get to this point, you're going to lower all of the needles.
I like to put ravel cord in mine. So.
Yeah, I definitely put ravel cord. I was surprised when you said people don't. Like, I don't know. I always put ravel cord in this part. Always. But I also do one extra step, and I'm going to put these bottle markers, these light bulb markers in there. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to go right here on either side of my target mark and my main mark and my halfway mark, and I'm going to put a stitch marker right there in that loop. And this is just to help me make sure that I start and stop with my ravel cord.
And we're cutting our Kitchener yarn, right?
Yeah, cut your Kitchener yarn. Okay, so when you get to that mark, you're going to take an extra bit, a long tail to use to make sure that you have enough yarn to Kitchener it closed. So we got that. And now I'm gonna also stop and put my other 2 stitch markers in. And to put them in, I just pull out and then my needle and drop it in that loop. And you always want to close it. You don't want to get lazy and leave it open. And then just tuck it inside the cylinder. It's going to pop up, but it's not going to get in your way. You just have to be a little careful when you come around next and make sure that you don't accidentally catch your yarn on it. All right, so both of those are in. And ravel cord. I'm using green ravel cord today. You can't use green ravel cord, can you?
No, I'm
Pink. Pretty pink. Okay, so we're going to do 1 round of ravel cord.
Oh, and make sure all the latches are open on your needles. Sometimes they get flopped down when they're in the up position. So.
If you forget, then you could easily drop a stitch, and this is absolutely not the time you want to drop a stitch. All right.
It is absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I know from experience.
Ask me how we know. Okay. Then when you get all the way around, you're only going to do 1 row of the ravel cord. I swear by the ravel cord. Nicole never goes without the ravel cord. It makes it so much easier when you kitchen are closed. And now, right there at the main mark, now is when we're going to put in your waste yarn. Go. And I like to do maybe 13 rows of waste yarn. How much waste yarn do you put in, Nicole?
Well, I reuse my waste yarn, so generally I just use whatever is in the ball of yarn that is there. But I would say once they get below about 10 rows, I chuck them because I want at least 10 rows. So a lot of times I'll start out with like say 20 rows and then it slowly works its way down and then falls apart.
Smart. So you see, I have a larger because I didn't do the clip like Nicole did. I'm going to put it in now, but it's a smart thing to remember to get your clip each time so it stays nice and tight.
Well, and it's more than that. Like sometimes when I forget the clip, it allows the last stitch to come up loose and I don't notice it and then I ditch a stitch. So mine is, I don't care about having a big hole there. I care about not losing my stock because I guess I'm just not that observant. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no, it's happened to me too. Definitely. This clip is really, really handy. If you buy, a few of them come with your machine, generally with these, and these are a little bit lighter, but you can also make your own with a fishing weight.
I'm close to the scale of my yarn, so I'm going to take my heel forks out and so they don't fall on my foot.
Okay, there we go.
They're vicious boogers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cannot get these stupid things. Oh, why is it that I always have problems getting my heel forks out? Why is it that heel forks are so easy for everyone else and so flippin' difficult for me?
If you use your left hand and pull the weight, sometimes that helps.
Oh, if I pull it over.
Pull either from the top or the bottom, pull the weight with the fabric away from your heel fork.
Oh, so smart. There we go. Let me get my weight out. There we go. Look at how pretty they look. Super nice. Nicole's looks better than mine because Nicole's is Premier Sock, Premier Fruit Yarn, which holds its shape as you're making it. But the wool yarns, they kind of get all wonky. But this is what it's going to look like when it's all done. So that is a tab sock from start to finish with a 1 up, 2 down heel, which is absolutely my favorite toe. And look, you guys, I have made 4 socks, and this is how much I have left. I probably could get one whole more sock out of this. Like I could have one extra. Oh, look at that. How pretty is that? That is lovely. Let me get mine out.
A cup of limeade.
Cup of limeade. Yeah. There we go.
Here's
mine.
You can see it holds shape really well, but you can see the foot looks a little wrinkly. And once I sew it and wash it, then it'll pop its shape really good.
Mm-hmm. So you can see where we did just 2 rows before we started the heel, right after we did the tab. So that really does give you a true invisible hem. This sock is going to be, for the most part, pretty invisible. But like I said, even if you did, this is how much yarn I have left over. Of course, it does, it does depend on how big you make your foot. But I would say if you like tab socks, 100 gram skein of yarn is going to give you a minimum of 4.